Hello, everybody. Hey, guys. Good morning, beautiful people out there. Thank you for tuning in. I am again continuing my anti-cancer journey. My name is Margarita. I finally got a beautiful day today, sunny out there. The flowers are beautiful. The gladiolas are looking happier. Hopefully, my tomatoes will now ripen because they're in the sun. Um, I had a few rants to go on today. I discovered I guess I've tried to forget, but I discovered that it's October, and October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. For the entire month, we are going to be aware of breast cancer, and oh, it just riles me right up. I just get lit up. Those that that this is again a terminology cancer coined by the AMA to scare all women out there, young girls, mothers and sisters and grandmothers, and oh boy, do you have a mother with breast cancer, you're going to get it. You have a grandmother who had breast cancer, you have to get checked out, mammograms and ultrasounds, and I mean over and over and over and over. Just um, as Dr. Morse said in his videos, they coined the phrase cancer, the AMA, and you know what? They can have that word back. They can have it. Scaring those poor women and young girls, teenagers, out of their minds. I know quite a few women in my own family who've had breast cancer. Terrified by the word, their power was taken away. They had absolutely no control over their minds, their bodies, because of the fear that was just laid down upon them by the conventional medical industry, and gone through all the treatments, and most of them end up just lopping off their breasts, right? Just cutting them off because of the fear. And celebrities have been doing that as well. Christine Applegate, Angelina Jolie. The terror that they place upon you that this could come back in their breast or another breast, and lopping their breasts off. And then what that can do to you, not only physiologically, but mentally and emotionally, and how you feel about yourself as a woman following all of this treatments and radiation. And I mean, my aunt in-law, living down in New York, had such bad burns on her breast that they were so red and dry and cracked, and she ended up lopping off both of her breasts as well. Poor lady's almost 80 now. Her late 70s, just having to go through that in her 70s, and the treatments and the climbing back and the cure, the skin issues, and getting herself back to normal. And I don't think she's quite there yet. Just the havoc that we're playing with on women. This is just crazy. And for what? The cancer. What is it? It's a tumor. It's a damaged cell. It's a mutated cells because our kidneys are not flushing, our adrenals are not working, the lymphatic system is stagnant. It's not working. It's not flushing out any of the waste, the biochemical waste in our bodies. It's stagnated. It's plugged up. I mean, if you took care of the kidneys, if you took care of the adrenal glands, if you took care of your diet, what are you eating that is contributing to this? The acidosis, the acidity in your body that's creating this buildup of these mutated cells. Of course, I had a vegan diet, but I was still putting a lot of soy proteins, a lot of beans into my body, a lot of tofu, right? Isolate what's called soy protein isolate products, the faux fish, the mock fish, mock beef, mock everything, mock. The Chinese community have amazing products out there. We live so close to Chinatown. but made with either soy protein, also very acid-based, or wheat gluten, which is what? You know, it's glue. It's glue that's glomulating down your system, you know, and very difficult to digest, very difficult to eliminate. And, you know, blocking me back up. My kidneys are blocked, my lymph glands definitely not working, not eliminating. Adrenal glands were low. I know that for a fact because I was just burning up all the time. I was sweating like crazy all the time. I thought I was just like, you know, I'm burn hot. I'm just I sweat like a man. I was making jokes about it. And, you know, these were all signs. Plus I had the genetic factors, you know, of the weakness in my genetic makeup, you know, with the H. pylori in my stomach. So that was where the weak spot, the hot spot, you know, where the cells decided to mutate. That makes absolute sense. And then I watched yesterday Ellen DeGeneres, and I love Ellen DeGeneres. I love Ellen so much. She's a jewel, and she's a happy person. She does really good work. She does beautiful things down in California for LGBTQ rights and animal lover and all that. Was promoting October Breast Cancer Awareness Month with her own fundraiser, with her t-shirts, and here buy my t-shirts, and here buy my sweatshirts, my hoodies. If you don't buy this, you know, t-shirt, all proceeds are going to go to breast cancer research. If you don't buy my t-shirt, you're a hater of all women. If you don't buy this hoodie, you're a cold, heartless bastard. And you know, everybody's laughing in the audience, and it's hilarious, and it's sad, but it's anger, you know, and the anger that just caught up, and you know, in my stomach about this. You know, I was like, what? But I know she's bought into this, and she's completely, fully, honestly does believe in what she's doing, and she thinks that the good things are being done. You know, remedies for breast cancer are already out there. Remedies for cancer are already out there. You have to take care of what's going on inside your body, your own biochemistry, your organs, your drainage system, your ingestion. What are you putting into your body that's causing and creating all of this? What do we have to work up against as far as genetic markers? You know, so we are up, you know, working on trying to get this out of your body naturally, and it's happened. It has already happened for many people who have been on this protocol. We call it the natural protocol. We call it the herbal protocol. If you're talking about, you know, natural detoxing, but you know, you're going to eat this way hopefully for life, because you're going to, you know, energize yourself, electrify your body, and you know exactly what your body needs. And when you have weak spots, and when you have, you know, a certain condition, or you know, mucus buildup or whatever, you know what's going on. You know why you've got it. Maybe you had a piece of cheese. Maybe you decided that you were going to have a veggie wrap. You know, I'm eating salad, but I'm wrapping it in grains, and that's causing a little bit more of that mucus buildup. So you know when you're going on a cheat that that's what how your body's going to react to the food. That what you're putting into your bodies is how your body is going to become after you've done all of this. So, you know, you are looking at these poor women, and they're just cancer societies, you know, and I'm talking about also where I came from, the Princess Margaret Cancer Center. They had their own floor, you know, for breast cancer as well, and just gouging these poor women, and there's putting terror into their hearts, and they're giving money to the lottery, and cancer research. What research is being done? They're just taking in all that money and giving away $1 million prizes. with their Princess Margaret Cancer Lottery, which was just on this week. And what is the Cancer Society doing down in the United States with the money that they're receiving? Like, the remedy is out there already, and maybe even the conventional medical community have the remedy, but they're not giving it to you because there's too much at stake. The pharmaceuticals, the big pharma, I mean, they've got multi-layered, executive levels, people they've got to pay off. Pharma is paying off the medical community, and the medical community is paying off the pharma. Doctors, oncologists, radiologists, and all those technicians, they have to be paid. Surgeons, I told you how I got this phone call back when I escaped Princess Margaret from the radiologist about how the surgeon wanted to, bring up the date, move it up for my surgery right away, even though he had no rush when he saw me last. He said 2 or 3 months away, no problem. This tumor took a very, very long time to grow. Suddenly he wanted to get paid. As soon as I dropped out and I was no longer on their roster of poor cancer patients, they were after me for, they needed their money. Don't tell me this is not a money-based industry. It is completely money-based. And look, I told you how on the main floor of Princess Margaret Hospital there was a Druxy's Deli and a Tim Hortons. It's a donut shop. If you're not from Canada, it's a donut franchise, donuts and coffee. And they also make these tiny little donuts called Timbits. The new study that came out last week, cancer is Timbits. Right, Timbits. Tim Hortons right inside the cancer hospital right here in Toronto. Cancer is Timbits. A new study has found that Timbits, KD, Kraft Dinner, mac and cheese, Cheerios, Quaker Oats, which I spoke to in the last video, and Ritz crackers contain Monsanto Roundup's cancer-causing ingredient glyphosate. We talked about Monsanto, another multi-billion-dollar chemical-producing industry. They're huge. We talked about that in my last video, and they have an herbicide called Roundup. It's the biggest herb killer that's being used right now on wheat, and grains, right? This is just released. And finally we know that Roundup, this herbicide, is in your foods. Not healthy foods. I mean, you're buying Timbits and KD and Cheerios and Ritz crackers. Nobody thinks that Cheerios is actually unhealthy, but Ritz crackers, Timbits, KD, you're feeding your children this cancer-causing herbicide. And Environmental Defense's study has blown the lid on how common cancer-causing glyphosate is in our food. It's common, so maybe not be just these list of foods you find on the shelf, but others. And no matter the level of the glyphosate in that foods, those shelved foods, it doesn't matter. They're still going to create some kind of a cancer-causing environment in your child, in your own bodies. We're looking at the companies Monsanto, PepsiCo, Kraft. They're all making profits off these people. And I'm not saying that we should be wary of glyphosate. We should be more wary about what we're buying and putting into our grocery carts. Are you going into the middle aisles? This is where you're going to find KD, Cheerios, Quaker Oats, and Ritz crackers. Are you going into Tim Hortons? And everybody knows that those foods are not healthy, full of fats, dairy, grains, which are horrible. Now we know that those grains are grown with herbicide. I mean, we generally don't want to have people eating these foods in the first place, but now we know another reason why you shouldn't be eating those foods. And so it pisses me off that we're only talking about glyphosate. We're only talking about these horrible products that you really shouldn't be eating, instant foods anyway, and donuts, Um, but you know, eat what's in around the aisle. Of course, avoiding the eggs and dairy. You've got the produce, organic. Choosing organic is obviously going to keep you away from herbicides and pesticides and those kinds of killers that we don't want in our bodies and our children's bodies. So no, don't give these people, these conglomerate corporations, your money. And you know, you're giving money away to breast cancer research. Really, you know, you're becoming sort of a rat in their maze, and they love those little rats. They want you in their maze. They want you searching for their cure and chasing after them for it, and they're never going to get it because it doesn't exist. And they're just taking your money, gouging these poor women, and their hearts are in it. They're running for the cure. They're walking for the cure. They're giving money away to the cure. They're sending away donations. They're buying products. Like on Ellen, who are going to give those proceeds to breast cancer research. You know, it's better to get your power back. Lift your heads above the fear. These cancer fear-mongering doctors telling you have cancer and they don't know how to cure you. They don't even know how it was caused. I asked them so many questions, you know, so many times, and they could never answer my question. Why is this happening to me? Why are my lymph nodes inflamed? What created these damaged cells? Nobody knows. In fact, when I was getting my radiation, my oncologist gave me the oral chemo that I showed you the other time. Oh my God. Taking the oral chemo, I'm like, why am I taking all of these pills while I'm on radiation? I thought I went to my second, you know, phase and away from the chemo. Oh no, he says to me, the oral chemo is going to make the tumor more sensitive to the radiation. And what? And then I asked him what that means, and that's all he could tell me. I went to the radiation treatments, and I went meeting with my radiologist, and I said, well, my oncologist, you know, upstairs, same hospital, Dr. Chen, said he gave me these oral chemo pills because it's supposed to make the tumor more sensitive to your radiation treatments. Can you tell me more about that? Because he couldn't. She said, I don't know. He could explain that better to you. So these so-called experts, in their expert opinions, telling me what was happening with their treatments to my tumor, but the other half of the hospital could not tell me why it was going to work or not work. And you know, it's like where is this expertise? They don't know a thing. They don't have a first clue. Okay, guys? This is my first-hand experience. I'm totally not lying to you. This is exactly what was told to me. I was just like, my jaw was dropping and my head was like, what am I in this radiation for in the first place? Which is why I dropped out. This woman doesn't even know what it's working for and how it's supposed to work. What is this heartburn for with this burning in my stomach? Is that actually worth it? You know, so I just want to share that with you. I think this would be my last kind of going back in time kind of video because, you know, I'm really trying to go forwards now with my new grapes diet. I'm going with grapes. I had a beautiful pomegranate juice yesterday. I freshly squeezed pomegranate seeds of a full pomegranate. It's very ripe. And grapes. And 2 small organic apples. So everything was organic. I made this incredible juice, pomegranate grape apple, like who knew? And it was delicious. So delicious, so electrolyte-y, like full. And I just was on fire. I was I was charged up. I felt so good. You know, so taking care of your bodies is really how you pick up your power back. Move away from their thinking of we're going to just throw some toxic chemicals into you and burn you up and it may get you sicker, but at least you're going to have 5 more years of life. They don't know. They don't know and the first thing about how to cure yourselves from mutated cells and tumors and cysts. They haven't got the first clue, and it's all guesswork. This cancer research, please don't buy into it. Please don't give any more money to these multi-billion-dollar research centers. They're all profiting from your money. They're not going to find a cure because the cure is already here. Okay, guys? Just once you got it, and you got your power back and your spirit lifted, and you get away from that darkness and those negative feelings and those negative impressions that they leave you with from the cancer hospitals. Yeah, it's so much better, so much happier, and in charge of yourself. And like I told you, I'm already seeing the benefits. My skin is changing. I want more energy. I'm cooking. I'm gardening. I'm driving the car for the first time in 5 months, ladies and gentlemen. Driving the car in first time in 5 months. Taking the TTC, public transit, for the first time in 5 months. Just feeling confident, doing grocery shopping, doing whatever I need to do, meet with friends, and staying true, to my own healing. And that's where you're going to get your life back. You're going to get your life back. It's going to be an uphill battle because you may have to make a lot of dietary changes that you're not used to. But for me, I was vegan. It was a little bit of an easier transition. I love fruits. I love juice. I love fresh squeezed juices. I've always used herbal botanicals for my healing in the past. When I had insomnia, when I had pain, pre-surgery or post-surgery pain, and how to prepare for any kind of surgical procedures. I always took herbal teas and herbal tinctures. Always worked because these are remedies that exist right here, grown in the earth, not produced in a laboratory somewhere, with their test tubes and their bottles and their Bunsen burners and their, I don't know what they're doing. Okay, guys? And just get your power back, and I'm feeling really good. I want you guys to feel good. Look, my wife has gotten a celery thing growing from a stalk, and I'm going to plant it, even though I'm not drinking celery juice anymore, but once in a while it gives you a little bit of a hydration, a little bit of a lift. I'm going to plant this in our garden. Bless her heart. She's so cute. And I'm going to keep up with my updates around how my progress is coming along. Keep your eyes open about this so-called cancer research gougers and cancerous forming foods. All these kinds of foods are foods you shouldn't be eating anyway. So you'd be better off just looking at the produce aisle, organic produce, fresh fruits, fresh juices, and get yourselves healthy again, and you just feel a lift. You feel your kidneys are flushing, you feel your adrenal glands are working, you feel your lymphatic system is finally moving and eliminating the way it's supposed to. So please keep up with it. Love to share more with you as soon as I get things going. And in another month, I'm going to probably give you another update. Okay, so guys, take care of yourselves. Be aware. I'm just trying to open your eyes, and this is all truth. I'm talking to you about studies that are coming out, but also the truth is really, when you think about it, you already know to be true. So take care of yourselves. Bye.